Today on the channel, we're making the biggest, baddest brisket I've ever made on the Yoder. It's gonna be delicious. Let's get into it. What's up, barbecue fans? Welcome back to the patio. My name's Jake. You're watching Mama Cook. Today on the channel, we're making brisket, and I'm on a quest to make the best brisket I've made to date on the Yoder. It's a big boy. It's 19 pounds, and I started this thing last night. But before I can get into that, I'm gonna use some of the secrets that I've shared with you in my 11 secrets to maximize smoke on a pellet grill. I'll put that video up here and I'll actually link it down below. So if you haven't seen that, you can check it out, but don't go away because you don't wanna miss this brisket. Now, in addition to that, I'm also gonna try for the first time the Goldee's method of cooking this brisket in a long rest. So it won't be done till tomorrow, but I think it's gonna be phenomenal. So let me bring you up to speed. Last night, I went to Costco, and I don't know what's up with my local Costco. They didn't have Prime for months. Then someone hit me up on Instagram and said they got Prime again. And then I went there, and for, I don't know, a month and a half, maybe 2 months, they had Prime again. I go there last night, and he's like, yeah, I don't know, we're not getting Prime again. Why is it my Costco? Everybody else is getting Prime briskets from Costco. So Costco, if you're listening, like, come on. We want some prime briskets. So that being said, I picked up a choice. I went for the biggest one, and it's 19 pounds, just shy of it. And the first thing I did is I decided for the first time ever I would dry brine this guy. So last night, what we did is I got out my pepper cannon, I made up a whole bunch of pepper, and I decided I'm actually gonna put on all the rub individually so I can control it. And so I ground up a whole bunch of pepper, got some Diamond Kosher crystal salt, and we got some Lawry's. Seasoned salt, we're gonna put those all together. Got this guy out of the package, and of course, we flipped it over. We started with that big decal fat, took a bunch of that off, and then I started to trim all that harder fat and some of the silver skin across the top, carved down the outside edge so I can see where my fat cap is. And then we flipped it over, we worked on that fat cap. Now this actually had some spots where there was a lot of really thick fat. I took my time to trim this. It actually turned out not too bad. I did manage to scalp it just barely in a couple spots. You're always going for that just a little bit less fat. And what I was doing, I spent a long time poking it where if I could feel some, it wasn't giving, I knew that there was too much fat there. So I really focused on doing that. And then there was a lot of stringy fat across the top that I really didn't like. So I was pulling that up and I cut that out. I really worked on the fat cap for a long time, trying to make sure it was the best it could be. I mean, you gotta start with a quality product and a quality trim to get the brisket that I'm going after today. So I think I got to that point, and then what we did is I started on the bottom, we put a heavy coat of pepper, then some Diamond Kosher salt, then some seasoned salt. We went all around the top, lifted up so I got all the sides on all those, and then we flipped it over to the fat cap and spent our time to make sure we got a heavy coating of pepper, some salt, and some seasoned salt. Now I went pretty heavy on the pepper. I'm thinking that I roughly went, a 2 to 1, almost a 2.5 to 1. I put a fair amount of pepper on there. I really wanted to build a nice bark for today's video. And then what I did is I put it on the rack and I threw it in my beer fridge on the bottom shelf overnight, and it actually sat there for about 12 hours. Then this morning, the birds beat me up, but I did get up and I was out here before 6 o'clock in the morning. And what I did is we filled up the Yoder with some pellets. We're using oak from Bear Mountain today, and I had to clean it up a little bit, get my grates in place. Then I started up the Yoder. I set it to 200 degrees. Then I went and got myself a smoke tube. We filled that with some more oak pellets. I filled that right to the brim. It'll go about 4 hours, 4.5 hours when it's filled up. So I lit that up and I gave it some time to let those pellets light. And really what you want to do there is you want to give that some time, because the better fire you get going, it won't go out on you. Sometimes if you don't let it sit long enough, the pellet tube will go out on you, and then it's super annoying because you're walking away thinking it's going, and you come back, it's not. So let that run for a little while, and this time I went and I got myself a water pan. I filled that up with hot water, and I put that in there. And then as the Yoder's just starting up, I haven't even let it get up to temperature yet. We're at like 90 degrees. The brisket's already going on. So I put the brisket on the top. I put the point towards the stack, and I walked away, and I forgot about it for a while. It has now been 5 hours and 45 minutes, 43 minutes if you want to be specific. And what I did is about 3 hours in, I came out and I started spraying it with some water. I've sprayed it every hour since, but other than that, I have not touched it. It is looking phenomenal so far. So, you want to come in and have a look? Let me show you what we got. So here's our brisket. As you can tell, it's due for another spray. We'll do that real quick. And I've just got water in this today. And I've been using a very, very fine spray to keep that bark in place. But look we're getting some really, really nice color here. That redness is exactly what I want to see already. And even this point is looking phenomenal. Beautiful red color there. We're gonna leave this guy alone. Now the one thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to dial up my temperature now. And we will come over here to our controller and we'll turn this up to 225. So we're gonna let this guy come up to 225 for a little bit. The one thing I'm gonna do, not that it matters because it's already out, is I will remove our pellet tube. As you can see, it's completely burned, and I did burn a full one. And now what we're gonna do is I'm probably gonna go about an hour and a half, then I'm gonna bump it up to 250, maybe another hour, and then I'm gonna go up to 275, and that's gonna be kind of our target temperature for the rest of the cook. I'll bring you back when we get to that step, and we'll talk about why we're going up that temperature in a little bit. Here we are, 10 and a half hours later. Wanted to share an update with you. You know, one of the great things about having a pellet grill is that I shot an entire video all day and didn't have much to do with this. We're sitting at 275 right now. Since we last talked, what I did is I let it run for an hour and a half at 225, then an hour and a half at 250, and then I bumped it up to 275. It's looking delicious. Let's have a look at it. I just temped this guy to see where we're at. We're gonna rotate around. That's why I've got some cotton and some black gloves on. But you can see that this guy right now, 163 and 153. So we've got a little bit of a difference, not too much. You might notice that I'm double fisted today, and not in the good way. The X10 just got released from Chef's Temp in 2 different colors. Now we've got black, orange, and blue. So I've been out here playing with them. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this beautiful looking brisket and we're gonna rotate this around. That's gonna allow me to get some moisture on this side. Give us a little bit of, again, I'm just using water, and I've been spraying about every hour. So really what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep an eye on this and just let it go. We're probably gonna cook this right up to about 195-ish, 196, somewhere in there, and it's gonna take a while yet. So now that we're at 275, that fat's gonna start to render out, and that's gonna help keep it moist on its own. We're not gonna get any more smoke into it, so now we just gotta let it cook until it's ready to pull it off, and then we're gonna do the Goldee style wrap and hold. So here we are, just over 15 hours in, and let me tell you, this brisket is looking amazing. So much so that I had to bring out the lights so that you could see it. But I gotta say, this really is a thing of beauty. I'm gonna turn this off. Almost 197 there, depending where you go. Almost 194 there, 195. So we're in pretty good shape. It's got a little bit of give in the middle, but we're gonna do a nice long rest. And like I said, we're doing exactly what Chuck did in Mad Scientist Barbecue video. Half a cup of tallow. All right, put that right there. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put that half cup of tallow right under our flat. So as you can see, it's looking absolutely delicious. We've got our half cup of tallow right under the flat. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the wrap and hold method. And that, my friends, is a brisket that's ready to go in the oven. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let this sit for an hour, hour and a half, just so it stops cooking. Then I'm gonna put it in the oven at 150, 155, and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's actually almost afternoon, right around 12 o'clock, and we've got this brisket smelling up the house. Wake up in the morning, smells delicious. This guy has been in the oven at 150, 155 for 14 hours. Good long rest. What I did last night is I took it off the Yoder. I let it rest on this rack for just over an hour before I put it in the oven. That way we stopped the cooking, and I've been smelling it ever since. Let's have a look at this guy. Somehow I punctured my foil a little bit, and I got some tallow and stuff on my tray. I'm sure there's plenty left in the foil, but if not, we've got a little bit extra right there. Let me bring you in close so you can have a look at what I'm looking at. Oh baby. Looks like I might want some of that tallow. It did leak out a little bit. Let's get this guy out of here. There is a little bit of tallow underneath, which of course I'm gonna pour. Oh, there's my hole. Look at that. It's almost like I planned it. Because you can never have enough. Well, I'll tell you what, it definitely looks the part. We've got to get into this quick because I don't know if it's coming across on camera, but I got some thunderstorms coming in behind me. So we're gonna take this guy right here. Ta-da! Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here's your brisket daddy. That actually turned out friggin' good. Wow. So as you can see, I think I did a good job. I made a mark, but my bark is so good that I didn't make it clean enough. So this is the way that the grain's going. We're just gonna chop off that outside. Beautiful. Take a couple slices here. Not too bad, not too bad. Pulls apart nicely. A little bit of board sauce. Wow. Mission accomplished, ladies and gentlemen. Don't mind me while I stuff my face. This is delicious. Hands down one of the best briskets I've done. Really, really happy with that. Thunder's coming soon. Show a little bit of burnt end there. Look at that. That is pretty. Super moist. Nicely rendered fat. Really happy with that. Great flavor. And I mean, oh, this little piece down here. It's got my name on it. Wow. Let's look at the contest winner for last week so I can have another piece. All right, so this week we've got 2 videos to do drawings for. Let me get that set up. And the first one was the 6 ways for more smoke, the 6 tips video, and the hashtags were hashtag Pellet Grill, hashtag more smoke. Let's get some comments here. 43 comments. That was an active video. William 99. I love my hashtag Pellet Grill, and now I know how to get more smoke. Nice use of the hashtags in the comment. You, sir, will get a $25 gift card to appbbq.com. I will comment on your video and I'll comment on your video, ask you to email me, and then I'll get you to prove it's you, and we'll get you that gift card. Let's get on to the next one. This one was the baby back rib video where we did wrap. Bear with me while I copy this over here. Paste. All right, so the hashtags were smoked ribs and hashtag baby back ribs. Let's get some comments. 39 comments, another active one. Justin Davis, nice job, enjoyed the video, hashtag smoked ribs, hashtag baby back ribs. Again, you get yourself a $25 gift card. I'll comment, get you to email me, we'll prove it's you. And just like that, we've got our contest drawings for this week. Now, on occasion, I will miss them, but I promise you I'll make them up in another video or 2. Sometimes I'm not home on the night before that video. I try and give you as much time to enter the contest. As you can see from my timestamp, I'm doing this at 6:41. I gotta go edit it and upload it for the video tomorrow. You ever make something that you don't want to share with anybody else, you just want to tear it up? That's exactly what this is. This is the first time I'm trying the Goldee's wrap and hold method at the end of the cook, and I don't know if it's beginner's luck, but this is phenomenal. Let's talk about the contest real quick. Every video, Tuesday to Tuesday, Thursday to Thursday, I do a contest, and if you win, you get a $25 gift card to appbbq.com. If you are a Patreon member, I will double it and I'll make it 50 bucks. We just had one. A couple weeks ago, we've had 2 Patreon members that have won 50 bucks so far, which is awesome. Thanks for supporting me. But real quick, all you gotta do is you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You have to like this video. You gotta give it a thumbs up and just comment down below. We'll do hashtag Goldees, and hashtag Big Bad Brisket. Comment down below. Next week, I'll use a random comment generator, pick a winner, and you can win yourself a $25 gift card to @bbq.com. Not much more to say about this. I mean, if you look at it, the bark is a thing of beauty. I think I nailed this 100%. Great smoke ring. The flat is just on the edge of being overcooked. And other than that, I mean, I wouldn't even call it overcooked yet, but I can tell that it's just on the edge. Right near the last half hour or so, I rotated it around because I wanted to get a little bit more heat into the point. Other than that, I mean, this is a phenomenal brisket. It's friggin' delicious. Best brisket I've cooked, hands down to date, on the Yoder by far. I mean, like a significant margin. I've never tried the Goldee's wrap and hold method where you cook it to the end and then wrap it and just hold it there. I will be trying this again. In fact, I really want to try this on my offset. So if you like any of that stuff and you want to see more brisket videos or just more cooking barbecue content in general, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.